And in this episode, well, surprisingly, still working on the Hearse. But we did get some stuff managed to accomplish last week. Like this gorgeous gem. Ooh, look at that. It's like the Wizard of Oz, the Emerald Garden, or Sea, or Road, or wherever it was. Oh, we got that done, so I'm going to assemble this bad boy and get that thing installed into the car. So that way I can start actually wiring this beast up. Also, managed to get all of the glass in the car. Every last piece. Now the car is essentially weather tight. Still got to do the door gaskets. But Laura can work on that this week. But man, glass makes just a huge difference. Just fantastic. So, gonna hopefully get the dash in, get the electrical halfway strung, and I don't know. I'd like to need to hook up the steering, put the steering column in. Those are definitely high items for the day or the week. I'd like to have this thing running in 3 weeks. So time is of the essence. Also like to get the seat done. It is just about completed. She's got a couple things to button up on that, like, you know, everything. I'd like to get, man, I would like to get that mounted this week. You know, the goals are huge today. Only because the weather is absolutely nice and I just want to be out here and really not do nothing but lay around and drink. But, well, that might be wishful thinking, but, you know, we're going to try, along with a long list of everything else. But the clock is ticking. Baby's sexy. I should probably color sand it, but I won't. Trying to find all those trinkets. Started this project a year ago, and that's when I took it apart, and I either didn't label things correctly or store them correctly, or maybe a little bit of both, but it's a matter of finding all the little trinkets that I need, put everything back together. It's been a bit of a challenge. I got boxes and boxes of stuff and stuff I ain't seen in a year. It's a matter of finding all those items that I've lost. But I did find this little gem. Can't wait to put that on. Cadillac, baby. That gets real hot real fast. So, I got my speedometer here. Well, this is the bezel, which I, of course, intended to, you know, have re-chromed and never got around to. So now I don't got time. So I'm going to see if I can go ahead and give it the old, with the grinder, and see if I can't clean it up, and maybe it's die cast. So I'm thinking if I can clean it up good enough, I can clear coat it, and then it'll look just fine. I haven't purchased anything else for the rest of the interior yet in terms of like door handles and stuff. Completely just forgot about that stuff. Pretty low priority. So I got to order all that stuff. I do have new knobs for it, which are aluminum. So I think if I polish that to a die cast and clear it, it'll match with the aluminum. And then I'll save the grief of having to have it re-chromed, which I, of course, don't have time, nor do I want to spend the money on. So, you know, little things. But as you can see, this sucker is pretty rough. And so I think if I get in there with a file and I take a lot of that down, I can save the day here. It's a pretty heavy piece, so as long as I don't drop it, I think it'll be all right. It's a matter of tying it all together, plus I ran out of time, and bad planning on my part. So digging through the arsenal of stuff here, thinking the small die grinder, and see, that is going to have to be too rough, I think. Let's see what we got over here. I mean, I got these Hexon ones, but these are definitely way aggressive. Great for grinding welds, but I don't think it's going to be tender enough. So, let me see. Like the island of unwanted toys here. Too aggressive. It's a 120 I can start with. And maybe I'll finish off with a one of these jobbies. What are these? Oh no, 60, too much. Alrighty. I think that's going to do it. Alrighty, let's take the old Pepsi challenge here. Well, not half bad so far. I think I need to trim this, trim that down. I need to open up the door, get some light into this dump. Yeah, one day I'll fix that door. But that day isn't today. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So it's starting to clean up here. I don't want to get too aggressive with it. I think I can sand most of that out, provided I can get all the chunkies off it. We don't like the chunkies. Well, I do a little bit. I think I'm going to switch to a 60 on the 3-inch. I'll probably regret it, but hey, what are you going to do? Can't be afraid. Right. You lucky, lucky. Corner is going to be interesting. This is kind of boring. We should speed it up a little bit. Zip 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 So I think let's switch it up a little bit to something different here. Got all the chunky stuff off here, as you can see. And it actually looks better already. So I think before I get the file on it and start all that good nonsense, I'll probably step away from the camera so they don't look weird. I think I'm going to hit it with a high-speed 100 grit. I don't know. We're still in the stage of discovery, but yeah, it looks like it's going to work. First thing I have to do is get the fan to blow on my legs because the mosquitoes keep chomping me, so that's not fun. Oof. Alrighty. Oh yeah. That's a lot better. It's kind of blowing out my skirt. Definitely better for my legs, but not great for audio, so you know, it is what it is. Trying to survive the outdoors. Let's carry on. So I'm going to try this guy with a 100 grit pad on it. Clear some of my crap out of the way. Hearing protection, of course. This worked pretty nice. Grinder is toast. Whew. The baby's hot. Looks good. Now I think I get in with a file and clean everything up and then go from there. Oof. My lunch break is over, so back to work. So after about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so messing with this thing, this is what we're looking at. And I have to say that is one heck of an improvement. So I'm thinking maybe I'll finish this thing out with wet sanding and maybe a little bit of file and then run it through the buffer. Because most of the chrome is off there. I mean, this is very usable. So if I can get a nice polish out of it, I think I'll be very happy. So I think we'll give it a little more spit shine and see if we can make it better. She's getting there. There's some metal stuck in my thumb. Ow! All right, better. La 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 la. Where are my safety glasses, you sexy beast? Ah, there we are. That looks like $1 million. Wow. 1995, more than likely. Let's see if we can't. Put a little buffety buff on there. Well, that, my friend, don't look half bad. I think I'll continue on. That looks a lot better than a kick in the head. I actually like the satin finish. It's not quite super shiny like chrome, but that, my friend, was worth about an hour. That is one heck of a before and after. I'll have Laura hit it with the clear coat and call it good. So now let's go ahead and get the dash installed. Then we can actually hang the steering column and all the other fun stuff. I know you've been waiting. I know I've been waiting. I still have no idea where these things go. They came from the dash, I think. They kind of match, but none of the screw holes line up. And it feels like they should go here, but I don't know how they go. I mean, that there makes sense to me, but none of the screw holes line up, and then I can't screw the dashboard down because all those screws are covered up. And I, of course, didn't video this portion, so I can't go back and look at it. And I didn't write it down. And I'm sure I'll figure it out after I've installed something I have to remove in order to get this in here, because that's just the way it goes. See, look, bag of screws, and I didn't bother to label anything. Most of them I labeled. Some of them I did not. It's like my own worst enemy. All right, well, I say let's go stab this sucker in there. Oh. God, that's beautiful. Lucky, long time. If I only brought tools. Okay, well. Does that go here somehow? I have no idea. I feel like it wants to go there, but I don't know. Until I get the trim out here, I'm not quite sure. And that does feel like, I bet you it's a vent for the defrost. That's the only thing that makes any sense. I don't know. I guess I'll get it and smash it with a hammer and see if I can get it to actually go. Not important at the moment, though. So beautiful. Oh. All right. Hot diggity dog. Let me go see if I can find my steering column I bought like a year ago and see if it's going to fit, because I have no idea. Oh. Chrome, of course. That's an eBay special. All right. Now to just figure out how to make it work. The fun part. Well, I found my first screw up. Well, I found my first screw up for today. I mean, I have them every day, so it's just a reoccurring nightmare. But let me show you. So if you recall, I installed the steering box, which is down there. Which, when I installed it, I aligned it to where the old steering column was. At least where I thought the old steering column went. But it no longer fits. The steering column actually goes in there and sits at an angle, which is kind of a problem. Let me show you. That's sitting there. That's sitting there. You can see it's at a weird angle. Now, I don't know if that was like that from the factory. I kind of doubt it. Or if when I landed up, I had that plate that was there upside down, and thus it moved the hole into a spot that it shouldn't be in. That's a setback. Work my head around this real quick here, and we'll get back to it. Probably tomorrow. Shucks. And another issue I'm having is if I hook it up here, even without a U-joint, my shifter arm will actually hit the floor, which I can easily modify that, not a big deal. But it's one more thing. So it should be sitting in this area here, which works better with the steering or with the dash, but doesn't work from a steering. And due to time constraints, I'm not sure if the electric steering is going to make the long haul. So I gotta, well, I'll do a little homework. I'll keep you in the loop. Don't worry, it'll be here. All right, well, there's the steering wheel, which actually looks very tiny now, and the steering column, and obviously it's not going to go here, but you can see I got it stabbed in there in the end of the steering box, which would have actually been absolutely genius prior to it would have worked. But as you can see, it sits in a very weird spot, and that ain't going to work. So I think I'm going to have to make the executive decision and go ahead and get rid of the steering box for now. Perhaps I can put a power rack on and go with a conventional one, but the electric steering is just more trouble, and it's going to be worth it at this point. Anyways, it's getting dark, so it's time to go inside and do the upholstery stuff. I'd like to get that seat actually dialed in and in the car by the end of the week here, so that'll be fantastic. It's pushing through. Plus, I got to work on my truck because it's falling apart. You know, little things. And I'm going to go see Rob Zombie on Saturday, so I got plans.
You cannot be filming me right now and get my shorts in the video, because that's not going to work for me.
No, it's almost just you struggling being left-handed is funny enough.
You know what? I don't appreciate it.
Got a frog in the pool. Little bastard. Little bastard. Time to re-attack. God, that steering wheel's goofy looking. I gotta fix that. I was trying to get the original one recast, but I'm missing some parts, so I haven't been able to find a suitable replacement. So this one's gonna have to work for the time being anyhow. But today's adventure is to remove the electric steering box because I'm not going to use it, at least currently. So let the adventures begin. I really like to get this mounted today is my goal. But hey, it's always wishful thinking, right? Just a glorious day outside. Beautiful weather. Yeah, I know it's still technically summer. It's September. Oh, it's September 11th today, and you know, but the weather is nice. It'll be 100 on Friday, so you know, something to look forward to. But today, beautiful. Really rather bummed out about the electric steering. I was really looking forward to that, but ain't gonna work at the moment. Future use. Oh, son of a bitch. That looks nice and safe. Thinking I should find something safer to hold his hood, because that thing will fall and kill me, which I'm not really interested in having happen. Here we go, nice and straight. So as you recall from months ago, I installed an electric steering box out of a Toyota, and after spending all that time trying to get that thing to work, I decided it ain't gonna work. So out she comes. In reality, it should have went probably underneath the dashboard, which would of course require using a floor shifter, which I don't have, and some other modifications, but I think it would work better under there as opposed to in here. So you know, it is what it is. That'll work. I can't remember how I mounted this thing. I think I built the bracket there. I don't know. Either way, I need a ladder. I got a case of the shorts. Alrighty. You stay there. Oh, you. Trying to handle grease. Well, she would have worked. Go over here to the island of the unwanted toys, known as my parts bin. And stay there for a long winter's nap. Alrighty. Now to try this again. Steering 2.0. Alright, so now to figure out where that thing's gonna go. There, so if it's mounted here, then that gives me plenty of steering and shifting clearance down there. Digging around, I found the steering column mount here. It, of course, doesn't fit the new column. It's actually a little bit too large, but that's going to be just fine. Give me a little bit of wiggle room. I'm going to have to pull the shifter off here. It's going to be in the way temporarily. Getting close. Almost. Oh, one's too big, one's too small. Damn metric system. Found one, finally. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I actually see what I'm doing. Ah, you sexy beast, you. This is what you call an action shot. Look at that. Look. All right, get that out of the way. And then, if I can find it, oh, where can you be? Gotta make sure I put this on for the floor mount, which I gotta stretch that out here. Use the old screwdriver trick here. There we go. Then this will clamp on around it, and that will seal to the floor. All right, let's try mounting that steering column again. Got that bracket on. I want to mess up my wiring harness at the moment here, but this is temporary. Since the column is larger or smaller than the old one, I think I'll just put a rubber gasket around that ring. There was one, a small one previously, but it of course disintegrated, but I'll put a little bit larger one and call that done. So then it's just a matter of making another floor plate. Alrighty, made a new floor plate. As you'll see, is mildly different than the old floor plate. Just move that hole up a little bit here, and hopefully it's in the right spot. And I did my math correctly, which, you know, is always questionable. So let me go dry fit this thing and make sure it's going to work. Alrighty, that's going to work. I'm just going to paint the bottom of that and screw it down tight. Then I can mount the steering column permanently and call that portion done. Worked a little Krylon magic there. Supposing at this point I should have used primer, but a little late now. Gonna have to hook the steering up now once again, so it's gonna come out there. I wonder if that'll clear if I have to do a Heim. Hopefully not. I guess we'll find out, and I'm sure it'll be the hardest way possible because that's just always it. All right, that's had about 11 minutes to dry, so I'm sure that'll work. Now to slap some of that nonsense on there and get that thing installed. Weep. Alrighty, that will go right there. Grab some. Gotta leave it loose because I put the carpet down still, but I think you get the idea. That'll work. I just need to build a rubber gasket for that, and this thing will be in permanent. And that is fantastic news. You know, get all these switches I took off the dashboard. I don't know what most of them are even for. Well, this thing's got 2 coils and a fuse on it. Not marked. No idea what it does. But it's pretty cool, so I want to keep it. Oh, look at that. It's 3 positions. It was frozen. That must be fan speed, I'm thinking. I don't know. Have to put that in the use for something later box. Alrighty, yesterday's adventures included getting the steering column in there. So I can either go underneath and start hooking up the steering, which I probably need to do because I need to order another piece of shaft, I bet. I don't necessarily want to hook the steering up yet until I get under the car and do all the undercar things that I just absolutely do not want to do. But it is what it is. So on top side, because Laura is in a position to start actually putting the upholstery in, I can, well, I need to make those back panels. I know that much, but that's not important at the moment. So I'm thinking I need to put my carpet pad down permanently, and then I can start roughing in the electrical and the air lines that I got to run to the tank. The tank's going to sit right about here behind the seat because I don't really have anywhere else to put it. I was thinking about putting it here because we're going to do a wraparound seat, but and actually put it underneath there probably works well, but it's going to look weird until I build the seat, and I don't have the time at the moment. Oh, plus I got to yank the air right out of my truck too. Maybe I'll do that today. That sounds like fun because I'm going to be using it on here because I no longer need it for the truck because you know, removing the air ride and going with coilovers. So I've got to climb under here and figure out my steering, order the parts, and then move on. Yeah. The list is she's mighty long, so it's just trying to chip through here what's the most important. So I do have a 1-inch U-joint for there, and then the U-joint for there, so I just need to figure out how much shaft I need. Because everyone can use a little more shaft. Alrighty, measure for the new steering shaft. And I gotta be 25 inches. Alrighty. And it actually looks like it'll be a straight shot, so that'll be awesome. I'm sure that won't be the case once I get it in there because that's the way life goes, but at least it's good. Alrighty. So this is coming together. I might have to redo that. That looks a little weird. Now, you see over here, took and cut the vinyl out to match my foam. And it's going to have a wrap around in the front here. And you'll notice that I took and put witness marks all along, which then I transferred to here, and then to the outer panel, so that way when I put it together, I just line the marks up and everything goes where it's supposed to be. Easy peasy. I took and already pre-stitched the edge because it makes it easier to attach the 2 pieces because it squishes the foam down here. So now it's a matter of just lining it up. Now it's a matter of just attaching. This is an upholstery stapler.
Oh, you just messed it up. I wasn't even on there. You messed it up.
Sorry, I was helping.
Now it's a lot stuff. Serenity now. I hate you. I hate it so much.
I'm probably the cause of most of the issues.
No, you are the cause, not probably. I love how you shut the door on her.
Piece of shit,
Fuck
dog.
that dog. Why did you fill the pool so full?
Because I forgot the water was on. No, it's 100% me. Oof. Holy Moses, it's hot. Oh. And as you can see, the seat is not finished because some members of the team forgot to order replacement needles for the sewing machine, and now we're waiting for the Amazon guy. However,
Well, when it's finished, it's going to look really good. I like how you just like to play mock-up. I want things to be done, and you're like, let's just see how it looks.
well, sometimes you do stuff just for the photo op, so a little extra work is always fun. However, I need to actually mount the seat, so I need to figure out where it's going to properly fit. With,
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Does this sit above it? Like that?
This will sit, I'm not 100% sure, but it's close to this area here.
Okay.
Without the other pieces, I'm not 100% sure.
What do you mean the other pieces?
There's side bolsters that go on here and then the top piece.
Oh, okay.
But if I do recall from the previous video when we took it apart,
Ow, some bitch.
the seat would have went right behind or underneath it. So I'm sure we can bang our head on that for the rest of our lives. It'd be great. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. Would you see the steering column? Ooh, yes, super shiny.
Did you show him the...
They don't give a crap about that.
Open the door and show him. Look how nice it looks.
Yeah, it's kind of unassembled.
It's not
but
attached, but...
You get the general idea.
We do have the glass for this top part with the things that's attached. We have the glass.
Yeah, Laura's going to do a cool spider web in there. Some stained glass
know.
bullshit.
But we do have some cool lights to mount right here. And we're going to put Mabel's name right there in the center, I think. All right. And then eventually we will have a back seat so that I can...
Although with that in there, back seat's a wraparound. That ain't going to work.
With this in it?
I don't think so.
Maybe just one back seat.
Well, I mean, one normal seat, but
yeah normal back seat.
Wraparound isn't going to fly, which completely messes up my whole, where I'm going to put the air ride stuff. So that's just awesome.
Can't you put it in here?
I guess I'm going to have to. All right, my lady, can you please man this mighty beast so we can figure out where to put the seat? Now, the seat is not anchored, so do not lean back, otherwise you'll get the deads.
All right, here, put that somewhere. And is the steering wheel mounted?
The steering wheel is sitting there. Don't pull on it.
Okay. Dude, I would just slide right in, but...
Well, it'll also be laying on the ground, too, so...
Since nothing is mounted...
Don't lean back, don't lean back, don't lean back.
I'm not leaning back!
So, It's your first time behind the wheel of your mighty beast.
Is there any way to make the steering wheel a little bit higher?
It's got a jobby there.
Like, okay, there we go. Now that's more like it. Look at,
Right.
I can pretend like I'm driving this huge boat.
Right. They have those Mad Max guys on the roof and the little
This is-
gunner ship.
This is actually, it's actually pretty awesome. I got my driving arm. See, the window goes all the way down, and if I'm lucky, it'll go all the way back up. Look, it's a real car. Look, it's not just fake anymore.
It's not Legos.
That dash looks so nice. Look at the little emblem. It's so good. It's so good.
You look at home in here. You look at home.
Do I? Do I?
Yes, I got to say the green was the absolutely best call. So good on that one.
Even though everybody's still a hater. No green, no green.
Only purists.
Pure we are not. No. All right, so that's it for this episode of Old Iron Workshop and Mabel the Hearse. Thanks for joining. Subscribe. Dude?
Oh yeah, a little bit of blood, war wound.
Okay, so here's my idea. Now that we have it all mocked up, and my bench seat is not going to work because there's not enough room, we'll do a normal seat, but then you know how like airplanes and boats and stuff have the seat that mounts to the side and it just flips down?
Right.
You could have one on this door and one on that door.
I'm gonna probably frown on having seats mounted to the door.
Is that?
We might have to move this passengers into the back afterwards. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work.
But they're like jump seats. You just fold them down. No?
Well, and the hearse originally would have had fold-down seats, but because the bulkhead was higher up because of the floor, they hid. But I don't know. We can mess around with that and see what we can come up with. Because I mean, really, you could actually put jump seats off the bulkhead here. That's a possibility.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of room. I don't know, we can mess around with it. The back seat is a pretty low priority at the moment. Right now, we gotta get this bitch to run.
Is that this could be the back of a seat and we could just build a bench into it and fold it up.
Yeah, that's a good
Right?
possibility.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Yeah, when it's
yes,
not.
but running is more important. Yes.
Yeah, when it's not 98 degrees outside, we can mess around and mock
Okay.
stuff up. Right now,
Okay.
we're melting.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Emma, it's date night. We're going to the bar. Have a nice day.